Today we're going to do another one of those mash them together differently. Should be interesting. So let's roll that intro. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AKAAWOL, and today we're going to do another mashed differently with pattern number 28048 and 110537. So the mashed differently ones are where I put them kind of side by side, and so this is the one I'm going to use for going down the middle. And I'm going to definitely change this a bit. I don't understand the two diamonds together. It doesn't. I just don't like the two diamonds together. That's it. All right, let's paste this over here. And we need to rotate it by 90 degrees. And enlarge it. There we go. Now I'm going to slide this off to the side. Didn't really leave myself a whole lot of room in this, but there, that's fine. And we will anchor that layer. Next, we will grab this one. Now this is what I plan on putting on the outsides. It's a real simple sort of pattern. And then we have to do the whole rotate and enlarge again. So yeah, these are a little bit more complicated. I'm already feeling like this is going to take so much longer to make. So basically, apologizing in advance. It is what it is. These ones take some time. Now I'm not sure where I'm going to start on this, and I'll show you why I'm concerned about this. I've been thinking about this. I actually was thinking about this pattern like almost all last night, and one of my biggest concerns is how that is going to line up with parts of this. All right, so obviously I'm not going to use the white. I like the red. I'm thinking red, orange, yellow for inside of this part, and then keeping like the blue silver thing going here. So let's get a blue, and the blue is starting all the way from out here. So we're going to start off with the diamond. Like that. All right. Let's make sure that our red, orange, yellow thing is going to work. And it works perfectly. Right. So now we need a gray. That works fine. So this gray is out here doing its thing, and it's on the other side doing this thing. And the blue comes out, I'm not sure how many. Let's grab the gray again. So the gray crosses over. There's a blue in the center of this. The gray is going around it. So it's like that. And then this gray goes off this way. So yeah, see how I figured out the size was basically that the gray goes around it, blue goes around that. Whoops. These are blue. It goes from blue. There's a, whoops. That's going to be the orange. Inside of that, that's cool. Right. And the gray comes around. Stops on this side. Comes around this way. See, I'm not sure how many of these things we're going to be able to fit in a row. So then there's the blue in the center of this. The gray comes around like that. This blue comes out like that. So yeah, this is a bit complicated, to say the least. But I still haven't explained why I'm fretting over that side. I haven't forgotten. I'm getting to it. All right, this one went to here. That goes like that. This goes. I'm not sure if it goes to that one or the next one. I think we'll have to do the red, orange, yellow thing again. Red, orange, yellow. And see, by doing this, we can see exactly where it goes, right? Because we knew that this makes a whole diamond. So that goes like that. This gray comes over this way. And a blue comes down this way. Now, here comes the part that I was thinking would be fun. If we got this blue going all the way outside of it, right? It comes all the way into this thing. What if this gray comes out of its little, the bracelet cuts off. See this line in here? That's this line right here. That was where the bracelet itself cuts off. But it sort of, if we look at the pattern, it sort of implies that it went outside and came back. What if we actually do that and actually bring it all the way out there, right? So what's going to end up happening is it's going to cut into whatever's happening with this pattern over here by a lot. Yeah. But how cool is that? Oops. All right, and then we'll do the same with the center, is we'll actually bring these out. So this is where I'm getting concerned with how many spaces are there in this other pattern so that it doesn't mess that up. So this is going to be we're definitely doing something different here. All right, so now, wow, there's not a lot of space between here and there. So coming in from the diamond, this gray sort of goes this way. And there's a gray this way. I was like, why is it? Yeah, that's why. The blue has to be there. Okay, so this is this. Then this blue comes across this way. We have the orange there. The blue comes back. Around that, the gray comes like that. And the blue is outside both of those. So I think that's how we're going to let that go ahead and end. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the remaining little bits in here, because obviously that's going to be much different than the normal bracelet. But yeah, that works out pretty darn cool. All right, so now there's going to be a lot of filling in the underlying strings. So whoop, hit the outer line. Actually, I'm going to speed this up for you guys. Okay, so I've done the difficult part and have basically this whole middle area mapped out. The next trick is going to be doing this. Now, I'm going to change up the colors, and I'm thinking the green will be red, the light blue will be orange, and the little dot of where the dark blue is will be yellow. Just so that way we're kind of working with the same color. This only uses 5 colors, by the way. If you look at the pattern, it says 6, but here B never gets used. So it comes in, goes over, back. It doesn't get used. So there's just 5 colors. So I'm thinking we're going to go with red, orange, yellow, purple, and maybe blue. I guess that'd be our 5. Okay, so I need the orange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this orange here, because it just does this. And I can kind of work my way around it. Also, you'll notice I left out some of these down the middle. So this is where the 2 bracelets connect, and I can choose later whether I want them to come from this side over here, or if I want them to come from this side over here. You know, which one will it be? All right, so this is a little bit unfortunate. This I kind of wanted this to come down one more. That's kind of. I guess it won't get that. It won't be that noticeable, but it's not as even as I might have hoped. So yeah. All right. Let's fill these in. So this is this little outside part. This isn't very difficult to make. And we can track our color very easily. It doesn't do much. It's going to get a little dicier further on though, for sure. But that's all right. We got this. I'll figure out what we do with that in a minute. So that's the orange. The red goes like this. So I wasn't expecting it to really come in contact with the other one, but it sort of does right in here, right? I mean, it's not technically in contact, but it still sort of is. So just checking, this appears to just do that. So I was a little bit worried, like with the diamond, you know, will the colors line up and still do what it's supposed to do? And it does. That's good. So there's the red kind of snaking its way through. And we can map this one as well. So this is going good. I don't know what color string is going to run through there. But it's funny to me how they like will actually make a diamond, but they're not actually connected. Cool. So again, in bracelet design, sometimes things end up kind of different, a little unusual. And this is pretty big stuff here. This is advanced bracelet making. When you're pushing two different bracelets together, yeah, that's pretty big stuff. All right. Then we said we were going to put yellow out here. Actually, this would be orange, wouldn't it? Because that would be normally where it went upwards. So yeah, that would have been orange. Don't want to make it weird. So I'm pretty sure this will be an easy one to map as well. Yep. So, will this be an easy bracelet? No. I know for a fact it won't. But will it be a nice bracelet? Absolutely. I'm pretty stoked about this. The last time, I don't know if you guys realize it, the last time I went and did one of these mesh differently, I ended up with a bracelet that I wear. And not gonna lie, I'm kind of tempted on this one too. Alright, so now if we're going kind of rainbow-ish, yellow, orange, red, the next would be a purple. So let's do that. Does that make sense? And we're left with these one little dots. You know, I'm kind of thinking we can let these be from the other side. It just turns out to be these yellows, which isn't bad. Yeah. So, so this purple for all intents and purposes so there was already one color in that outer part that wasn't getting used, and we just essentially turned it into two. So that is kind of why we see these two strings over here that aren't getting colored in yet. So now the question is there something that gets used an awful lot that comes in the path? Well, the dark blue for sure gets used an awful lot, and it actually makes contact right here. So if we, whoops, if we do this, we can provide some string relief in the way of the dark blue, because that obviously gets used a whole lot. So this is good. This is helpful. We can go ahead and make this orange just go there, and we have one more string. What color should it be? Oh wait, we didn't finish this blue. See, this out here, this blue is going underneath an awful lot. So that means it's hardly going to get used. It'll be much longer. Whoops. That's why I can't be a doctor. I say whoops way too often. Okay, so one left. And you know what? It comes in contact with the gray, and that is the other one that gets used an awful lot. So that's perfect. It comes in contact right there. The gray's already been doing a bunch of work. This won't do any work until it reaches that point. Perfect. I was coming into this kind of undecided what I was going to do, and then look at that. That works out great. Now you may have noticed I haven't finished the whole left side, but that's okay. That's why we have these guidelines. Is we can copy pieces. I'm like, wait, there's an extra thing here. That's why. Missed a blue there. All right. This is awesome. All right. So we need this piece here over on this side over here. So what we will do is we get this select tool, get it to snap onto these grids. We don't have a whole lot of wiggle room on the outside there. All right, Control C, Control V. We want to flip horizontally. Then we want the move tool and drag this over here. Make sure that's all nice and lined up. It is. We can now anchor the layer, and you notice that we didn't decide those center ones, so what we have to do is grab the paint tool and fill in any of these. Oh, and we have some filling in here to do as well. Let's finish out these outer bits first. Right. All right. So this purple comes in just like that. This blue comes in like that. And then this area over here, we have the purples. Now, mind you, most of the time when I'm making out a pattern, I have a lot of, you know, this color represents something. I might choose to do grayscales in here. I might choose to do a lot of different things with this. Just because you see it in a rainbow doesn't mean it has to be a rainbow. Well, it's almost a rainbow. It's missing green, but you get the gist. Wow. All right. Let's, because these things are really close to the edge, let's get rid of them. All right. Wow. So far this is, whoops, looking amazing. Control C, Control V. This time we will flip it vertically. And we just have to line that up. And there we have it. There is our bracelet. I think this is amazing. I love the fact that the middle one stays sort of to the middle, and then it just doesn't. It just blows off to the sides and forces the other to make way for it. I think that's brilliant. I think this is going to be a good one, guys. All right, thanks for sticking around this long. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Hit like, subscribe, and special thanks to all my Patreon people who help make this possible. Yeah, and don't get your strings in a bunch.